The Smartman Show with Brian and Nate. I am Nate.
I am Brian.
And we are, oh my God, this is episode 15, not 14. We're halfway to 30, pal.
Wow. That's surprising.
This podcast can now drive.
I thought
it's not 15 years, but.
Well, I thought we'd get to like 3 episodes and be like, it was a fun project. But, you know, like when a local band breaks up after like two shows together and like it was cool, and then like a month later they have a reunion tour. I kind of thought that was gonna be our podcast. We do like 2 episodes and then be like, yeah, you know, this just isn't working, we should probably just not do our thing. And then like 2 weeks later you and I are like, we should do a reunion podcast and see what's going on.
That's what we should do. Every episode is a reunion. We'll just make it like 2 months in between reunion episodes.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
What's new?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess when we decided to do this, I mean, it took a certain amount of planning and figuring out how we were going to do it.
Right.
You never know how it's going to go.
Well,
there's some podcasts that last only a short time. I think yours and mine, it's really... The winter had a lot to do with it because neither of us wants to drive.
No.
When it is.
Especially on 72, which is a road here where people die all the time in the winter.
Yeah.
Because people drive crazy. But it's not even that, though. We both live pretty busy lives, so it's sometimes hard because our houses are not exactly close to each other. And, you know, trying to figure out schedules and getting here, it's tough, but we pulled it off.
I'm looking forward to the day when I'm in Ireland and it makes all my other podcasts get super popular. And then,
but we won't be doing one when you're in Ireland, and now my feelings are hurt. I feel like you're trying to jump ahead to Ireland so we don't have to do this anymore.
I mean, if I could jump ahead to Ireland in a second, I would.
You sell me out for Ireland, you dick.
Then we have technology, and we can talk all the way from Ireland.
What's the time zone difference?
5 hours.
Oh, that's
5
not,
hours
that's
ahead.
not terrible.
No, it's
that's
doable.
Not bad.
It's
we can
doable.
Do that. We can figure that out.
Yeah.
Are they ahead of us?
Yeah, 5 hours ahead.
Ahead. Okay. So like 2 o'clock here, it'd only be 7 o'clock there. We can make that work.
We on a previous episode talked about. Well, it was your story about
where they thought I was a meth head.
Yeah,
because I was trying to pick up medicine for my wife.
What was that episode? I think it was episode 13, episode 12 maybe?
Might have been 12.
I think it was 12. And we had some sort of like back and forth on there where I think you assumed when I said, did you make a big deal? Did you talk to the manager or anything? You assumed somehow that when I talk to the manager, I'm going to get loud and vulgar.
I picture you as a Karen a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel
I
feel like anybody who says "let me talk to the manager," instantly in my mind it's like a Karen. Like,
but you don't. So this is about what is your threshold?
Yeah, I don't
talking to the manager.
I think my threshold. I don't know how to say this. Do I have a good threshold or a bad threshold? I don't think I would ever ask for the manager.
Believe it or not, my public rage outbursts are very, very little. You know what I mean? I can only think of one. That I actually thought I was going to get the cops called on me.
Oh.
Where I remember right after 9/11, I got this job bartending on the dinner train in Traverse City, where it is now micro brewery. Can't remember. Wherever by the train station.
Oh, yeah.
And it used to be a dinner train, and I worked there 2 days. I wasn't making any money. I was like, I can't do this. I got to find another job. And I bailed. I went in to get my paycheck, and this is probably my fault. And they were like, you have to do an exit interview before you get your $50 paycheck. And I was just like, what are you talking about? And I lost my mind and told him to go F himself, the dude who came. I think there was a dude who kind of started it where I wasn't getting loud.
Okay.
Then he started getting loud, and then I started getting loud. And I remember when I left, I slammed the door open. It was one of those glass doors, and it came in, bam, and it hit the wall.
Okay.
And I don't think it broke the door, but I thought I was going to get in trouble for that. I did not get the cops called on me. But that was the only time.
Surprised. Okay? I'm actually a little surprised because I have seen you rage out like in a work environment. So I assumed that if somebody pissed you off, especially when they're supposed to be giving you good customer service and they're not. I did kind of assume that,
There's always
dark Nate would come out like
no,
the dark side.
Dark Nate only comes out when usually it's repeated stupid bullshit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I say to talk to them, and I don't talk to the manager very often, it's got to be something like, I called about this medication and you're assuming I'm on meth. To me, it's not if you say, hey, can I talk to your manager? And then you calmly explain to them, you know what I mean?
I'm not the most calm person though, because I do get irritated. I think that's why I don't ask for the manager, because I think I might hype myself up a little too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like knowing, I know who I am as a person and how I can suddenly overreact. And I might go to that point, and I don't want to go to that point, so I just don't bother. The one time we went to the manager, it was with my whole family. They were here visiting, and it was Ruby Tuesday that we went to eat at, and we had to send back an order of cheese fries because there was multiple long hairs mixed in through it. So we complained to the manager.
And that's reasonable.
And the next day I talked about it on the radio, and they had the balls to accuse us of just trying to get free food. And boy, did I lose my shit on the air. I went off about it, talking about how, hey,
they said, wait. They said at the restaurant that you were just trying to get free food?
The restaurant heard us talking about it on the radio and said we were just trying to get our meal for free. And I'm like, if you don't want people to bitch about your food, maybe don't get hair in it.
Where was this? Was it here?
Yeah, it was here.
When was that?
Actually, one of our old coworkers, Radio Batman, was working there at the time, and he heard about it.
How do I not remember this?
He was telling me about it. He said, yeah, I heard about that after it happened. And I was like, well, they had hair in the food, and it wasn't about trying to get a free meal. Otherwise, I would have asked for that. I just simply sent it back and said that there's hair in this. This is disgusting.
Yeah. I think I've only talked to the manager twice. One thing was about something super terrible about the food or something, and I just pulled him aside and said, hey, look, this was awful. This was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for my money back. I just wanted to let you know. And then the other time was I saw one employee treating the other one like shit. Totally berating. I couldn't remember. I think I was sitting at the bar or something.
You went off protecting. That was
protecting.
No,
I mean, I just went to the manager. I said, hey, just so you know, that should not be in the public. Here's the thing. I've been in customer service most of my life.
Yeah, you've done a lot of
If I wasn't
stuff.
in radio, I mean, I was doing bar work and restaurant work and customer service. So I'm not going to, for nothing, call the manager. It's usually fairly fixable. If they can't fix it and it still sucks, then it's whatever. I just either won't come here again or hope it's better next time or whatever.
Well,
because I have all kinds of places around me right now where the food is terrible. And I don't say anything because that's just the way it is.
Well, because of that incident that, we sent the food back, and then I talked about it on the radio, and then it started a war between me and their workers or whatever.
How did they find out about it?
Somebody heard it. One of their people heard it.
But so did they post about you trying to get free food, or how did that?
They started emailing.
Oh, really?
And then I was reading the emails back on the air, and I was ripping into them over it. But it got so heated that I became so non-confrontational with businesses after that because I just felt weird about that, to the point where I went to a different food establishment.
Look, I'm drinking my coffee with two hands.
You dick. You don't drink coffee with two hands. There's a handle for a reason. But no, I became so non-confrontational about stuff like that I went to a different place and I bit into my pizza. And as I was chewing, I noticed there was something really, really chewy.
Oh, no.
And I spit it out on my plate, and it was a used Band-Aid.
Yeah, that sucks.
I didn't even bring it up because I didn't want to end up in another confrontation over I'm just trying to get my food calmed. And that's disgusting, dude. That's freaking as gross as it gets.
I've had, not at this job perhaps or per se, but another job that I had a customer say, hey, there's plastic in my food. And I'm like, well, I'm going to take that off your bill. and bring it back to the kitchen and say, where did this come from? And try to figure out where it came. And it happened to come, it was some like saran wrap was wrapped around this certain butter that was on their steak.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, that was. And I go back and I say, okay, this is what that was. We figured that out. I'm taking this off of your bill. I'm offering you dessert. You know what I mean?
Sure. Look at you, good customer service.
Dude, you have no idea. I am a customer service master.
That's good.
I'm a customer service master, but I still...
Dude, you should become a consultant.
I shouldn't, because I'm great at customer service. But again, when I rage out, I don't rage out at customers.
Right.
If I don't deal with rude people.
Okay.
If you people that are belittling, and you get a lot of that in food service.
Sure.
I will typically give it back to you. You know what I mean? I'll be like, okay. And then I usually mock and will be overly joyous.
Do you know where
and
you
be overly happy?
You would
just
excel.
just to rub it in their fucking face.
But you would excel at one of those restaurants where the job is to insult the customers.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it.
You would be so good at that job. You should get one of those. You should open one.
Let's not talk about any more service jobs that I have. I'm doing this podcast so I can hopefully not do that stuff anymore.
Yeah, but if you opened one of those restaurants here, dude, you'd kill it. You'd kill it. People.
I would love to. At the last job that I worked at, I tried to talk him into doing like just on Mondays where we could be rude to people. Hey, show up on Mondays and we'll be a dick to you. Somebody's going to show up.
Those are the same people that like pay a prostitute to like make fun of the size of their penis. They're like, wow, they're going to be mean. I'm going into that place to have myself made fun of.
What's your manager? Or what is your, let me speak to your manager threshold?
I don't do it, man. I don't do it anymore. I just put my head down and leave. I don't bother. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm afraid that I'm going to get loud or get obnoxious. And especially now where everybody pulls video cameras out. So like I'm afraid to have a meltdown because of something going on and then ending up online. And then people are saying I'm bullying them. Like that's another reason I don't call for the manager, because I don't want to accidentally get loud with them and then end up on a video online and people saying I'm a bully.
Man, I could see that.
I mean, dude, that's the first thing everybody does now is they pull out their damn phones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it, you know? I mean, I'm trying to think of that one. What was that one at Shorts Brewery not too long ago?
Oh,
where the one dude
got mad. He flipped somebody else, a different customer's pizza off the table.
He got mad about something taking forever, and then he lost his mind, and then but I think that guy actually apologized.
He did. He came back. From what I saw, he came back. They had a really long conversation and shared a beer together, and like that guy, because the internet. I mean,
tore him apart,
dude. The mob showed up for that one, as they should.
So.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Isn't that such a weird like world that we live in now? Because before the internet, you would have heard about it. If it was bad enough, you might have seen it on the news. You know, but like now, just like everybody knows what you did, and dude, everybody knows what you did.
And the internet sleuths, woo, they're good. Like, they'll find the smallest detail, even a blurred logo on a shirt or on a jacket or something, and they will find that person's place of employment. They will get you. You will get called out.
Dude, there was one the other day, and, you know, not to be political, and there was a dude who posted something political on his Facebook, and it was a young woman. I'm not going to say where she worked. She was a teacher, allegedly.
Yeah.
And she said Hitler wasn't that bad.
Oh.
Something about very, very like Hitler wasn't a bad guy.
And they came after her.
Jews killed way more people than blah. That's the real Holocaust, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you got to be stupid. Because even on I mean, to me, it's stupidity if you believe that shit anyway. But to fucking put it out there and then think you're just going to walk away with it, because that guy's like, oh, I see you're a teacher here, you work here, blah, 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 blah. And I would morbidly keep going back just to see who this person is. And I'm just like, you just never know who looks like a rational person who has completely irrational points of views.
Well, and here's the other thing, though. Even on your personal private Facebook page, there are outliers who you became friends with on Facebook and you probably forgot about. And if you post something really horrible and think to yourself, oh, my friends and family would never screenshot that.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that the outlier person that you became friends with not thinking about it has screenshot what you posted and you're getting put on blast. Like everything is, once you've put it on the internet, man, there's a footprint, and people who are good enough at what they do on the internet will find you. It's like Taken, like, I will find you.
Really is.
And I will kill you.
Really is. I mean, Facebook's pretty stalker friendly anyway.
Right.
I
sometimes regret, honest to God, man, sometimes regret ever getting a MySpace, because that was the start of it for me. I guess I had AIM too. I had AOL Instant Messenger. But MySpace is where I first put photos up. And like, part of me wishes I never put myself on the grid as far as social media goes.
Yeah.
And now I have so much shit out there. Pictures, videos, podcasts with my voice. I mean, anybody can steal this stuff and replicate your voice now.
That's the thing too. I have a grand plan to delete my Facebook.
Oh.
And I'm going to do that in the next year.
Oh,
or so. I am terrified.
How am I supposed to follow you around Ireland if you get rid of your Facebook, you jerk?
I'm going to keep the What the Hell Everything page and then have a ghost account to run it.
Oh, okay. Legit.
I did get rid of X because I just hated it. What's another one? I stopped
Instagram.
But I can't wait to get rid of like social medias.
Yeah,
it's going to be my favorite. I'm going to keep what I need to keep to promote the podcast, but by and large, I don't care. Either people are going to find the podcast and watch it and listen, or I'm not going to really worry about it on social media, to tell you the truth.
But once you're out there, dude, it's so hard to scrub yourself from the internet. It's just tough.
Well, right, but it's it is just
it's a cesspool.
It's a cesspool, man. It is. Nobody is saying really nice things to each other. It is always just shitty vibes and horrible. I don't even think they're horrible people, man. I just think they're people that get off on saying the worst possible fucking things to somebody.
Professional trolls, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember somebody saying one time, it just makes it so easy for you to get off on just being mean on the internet as opposed to when you're in front of somebody.
Right.
Because when you're in front of somebody, you can see how it makes them feel when you say it, and then empathy goes, oh, that makes me feel bad. I shouldn't have said that. You don't fucking get that on the internet.
Yeah, the other part of that, though, is people on the internet they're real easy to puff out your chest when you're not going to get punched in the face for saying something horrible to somebody.
Yeah.
That accountability's gone. Me saying something horrible to you right now, there's a chance I get punched in my face. I say it to you on the internet, what are you going to do? Like, nothing.
Well, somebody, I'm sure it happens at some point, but I mean, depending on if they know you, like somebody's going to say the wrong thing to somebody, and somebody's going to come to your house and knock on the door or find you in the street or something like that.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't happen as often.
But it
I
can.
bet it makes you wanna.
Yeah.
I bet I've seen people comment terrible things. I'm like, I wonder where they live,
And that's when you try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you do. People post enough on social media. There's enough hints and clues that it's very easy to start to build a profile of somebody and go, okay, they hang out at this bar a lot. I might be able to find them there. Or, oh, look, they check in at this restaurant, and this restaurant. I bet you they live in this area of town. And now they've narrowed it down to that area of town. And then maybe you posted a photo that's not exactly in front of your house.
Yeah, it's like, I know where that is.
But look, I see this metal sculpture. I know where that is. Yeah, dude, it's so easy to, like, I wish kids were taught that in school, actually. I don't think they're taught that in school, how easy it is for somebody to figure out where you're at if you're posting all the time on, I mean, I don't know if Snapchat's as big as it used to be, but, if you're snapping your friends that I'm, at this place or that place, and you're doing it publicly, anybody can see it.
I don't have Snapchat anymore, but I mean, you used to be able to pin your location. Dude, there's all kinds of the young couples especially that do this are crazy. I don't understand it, where they pin your location, where you know where people are all the time. Dude, that's crazy.
My wife just actually put on my phone the other day. She's got it set now so she can see my location wherever I am.
Your wife is a nice, great, smart, reasonable person. I'm not talking shit about Kat.
No, I know.
It's crazy.
I know, but she did. She's got it, and now I know where she is, and she knows where I am. And I'm like, why? Why do you do this? And literally, I think it's because I watch so many murder documentaries. She knows I watch murder documentaries. I think she does it because then there's some sort of...
She's going to murder you?
No, but if I end up missing or something happens to me, that phone, I mean, it has at least, I'm being tracked to a certain point. There's clues for them to figure out what happened to me if I go missing. I really think it's because of that. I watch a ton of murder documentaries, and a lot of the times it's the GPS or the phone that helps them locate people.
Right. But again, your wife is a reasonable person.
She
I've
is.
heard at my job where I work with young people in their early 20s, having this conversation and talking about they turned their location off. They did this. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I remember.
Dude, my wife's got nothing to worry about. Like, nobody's attracted enough to me for me to cheat.
I beg to differ. I remember 20. I'm almost 50, dude. I remember before cell phones and social media, and I was perfectly happy.
Were you just flirting with me?
Huh?
I don't know. When I said I wasn't attractive enough to cheat, you said I beg to differ. Were you hitting on me?
I don't recall.
You just said it.
I don't recall.
Just saying.
Well, if I don't remember, it didn't happen.
Only the video and audio exist.
Is that a little thing that makes you happy?
Maybe. I don't know, man. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, though, because everything you do is tracked, no matter what. You're being tracked in some way, shape, or form. Like, everybody's worried. I remember everybody talking about, like, and again, I know this will fall on the political spectrum or whatever, but the COVID shot thing, whether you got your shot or not, I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. But I know a lot of people are saying that's the government trying to track you. They're putting little microchips in you. I'm like, you have a cell phone, bro.
Yep.
They don't need to track you with a microchip.
Yep.
They can right now, probably because I have this cell phone, use their satellite up in space to find my exact location because I have a cell phone and drop a bomb on us right now if they wanted to.
Yep.
By the way, it would suck if they're doing that, and if they're listening, please don't drop a bomb on us. But my point is, if you have a phone, you're being tracked.
Well, it's even like me as having a business or a podcast business. It's not like I haven't posted pictures of my apartment with the Smithhole sign in front of the Mansalona thing like an idiot, and then wonder why people show up.
Wait, do people randomly knock on your door?
Well, no, I don't want to say. I've had people show up, and it was okay.
You should put a sign that says Smitty's down the hall and have it point to your neighbors.
It's an amazing idea. That's an amazing idea.
It would be great. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just feel like you're always being tracked, no matter what. There's ways that they're. I mean, even your car. Most cars have GPS built into it now. It's being tracked.
Yep.
How do you think they feed ads to your phone? For people that are listening who don't think you're being tracked by your phone and your location, how do you think the ads change on your phone to be a business that you happen to be 100 feet from?
Yeah.
It's because you're being tracked at all times.
Do you really think there are that many people that are ignorant of that?
Yep.
Do you? Because I feel like that's fairly common knowledge.
I think it is, but I think a lot of people don't realize how in depth the amount of information that your phone provides to the world about you. I don't think people realize how much information your phone gathers about you. Your phone listens to you. If we have a conversation, you and I right now, about bed mattresses and what's the best bed mattress to purchase.
Let's go to Facebook right now. I bet
hour,
we're going to see a mattress ad pop
I was
up
just saying,
right now.
within an hour, it would not shock me if the ads start targeting you that. I mean, that's just, you're being tracked and your phone listens.
So many times doing this podcast, especially where our words are piped right into the computer, essentially, so many times immediately after I go on YouTube or Facebook, and it is exactly what the fuck we were talking
So
about.
to me, there's the conspiracy theory part of life, and then there's the true part that feels like a conspiracy theory, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not tinfoil hatting here. I'm just telling you things that are absolutely true. Your phone is the easiest way to track you no matter what. Anything you put on your phone, type into your phone, it keeps a record. Whether you tell your phone not to, you can turn those things off. It's still listening. I promise you. It's still listening.
It's Big Brother, man. It's Big Brother.
It's nuts, dude. But, you know, at this point, it's one of those things that you just have to accept. There's no way around it, dude.
I don't know. There's probably ways around it. Like you
Could not have any phone or anything.
I mean, you could have a burner phone. You would just have probably not have a smartphone. You know, you get prepaid cards. You get.
See, but I feel like
that
even
makes me real. The thing
tracks.
I heard about. I was in. I don't know if it's somewhere in Africa, where cell phones and prepaid cards are used essentially as currency.
Oh,
where that's a hot commodity. So
makes sense.
But like, I mean, if those things, I don't know that they're not traced to you. They may have location stuff in them. I don't know. I can't say that they don't.
Well, I mean, your phone is going to ping to a tower. So it doesn't matter. It could be a burner phone. It may not be specifically tracked to you, but that phone is still being tracked because it's being pinged on whatever tower it's going off of.
Yeah.
So if you call a friend and they know it's your voice and you go missing, they're still going to be able to ping the tower you were at and likely follow that phone, because your phone, as you move along, your phone changes what it's pinging to. So each tower that it hits, they can follow. God, dude, I've watched a ton of cases get solved because of that. That's why they always say if you murder someone, turn their phone off.
So if you wanted to go completely off the grid, you'd have to go to a landline. You'd have to get rid of cell phones.
No, you can't go to a landline because you would have to pay for that, and you would be on the grid
That's
again.
different.
I'm just saying
That's different.
You got to go to walkie-talkies, bro.
Dude, that's different, okay? A landline is not going to track your every move.
No, it's not going to. You're right. It's not tracking your information. It can be bugged, though.
Internet, you can't have internet.
Nope.
You can have electricity. You could probably have cable. You know, although cable's the internet, you're watching, you know, that's keeping an eye on what you're watching and that. Basically, cable's the internet now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
smart speakers listen all the time. My freaking dude, I can't tell you how many times our Alexa will go off randomly and go, I don't know how to answer that, and be like, bitch, I didn't ask you anything. You were listening to my TV. We never said Alexa. We did not ask you to eavesdrop on us, but it does. It eavesdrops right on what you're saying and tries to answer questions. It's always listening.
There's a way to do it. At some point, I feel there's going to be services, cell phone services, apps, and things like that are anti that. There's going to be companies that realize that a lot of humans don't want that, and there's going to be companies that offer like cell phones with no locations or anything like that.
There will be, but at the end of the day, that company is still going to mine your data for themselves. They will make it so that other companies may not be able to track you, but they will continue to mine your data because they benefit from that. And there's no way around it, man. They're gonna keep. Man, I feel like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat now.
I wonder if there's.
I didn't want to be that guy, but now I feel like I sound like.
Yeah,
it.
but there are people that I feel like can and will commit to like ethical business and things like that, and.
You have way more faith in humanity than I do.
I do, but I still don't have much. But I know I have faith in that there are individuals that will commit to at some point doing things like that to make, you know, here's the ease of what you had before, but you don't have this. I
hope you're right. I mean, I hope you're right. I think the world would be a better place if those companies existed. My faith in humanity is less than yours. That company isn't still going to be mining my data and still feed me the ads.
There's got to be a
they
transparent
want.
way so people can see that you're not doing that, right? There's got to be a way.
I mean, most people aren't. Most people don't have enough knowledge about the inner workings of their phones to know if they're really being truthful and ethical about what they're telling you. They could feed you a bunch of charts and graphs, and you just kind of have to take their word for it unless you know and understand how all that works.
Yeah, I just realized I have zero clue how any of this shit works.
Dude, like,
you know what I mean?
So there's tools.
I mean, I realize it, but I just, thinking about how much I don't know about the world and the technology that is all around us, it's crazy.
There are tools that I know for sales purposes that I can create a perimeter anywhere that I want as the advertiser, right? So let's say I wanted to promote a different podcast and you were my number one competition. And I know that you're going to have guests coming here to interview and all that. I can literally set up a grid around your apartment where you're hosting your podcast, and everybody who comes within 10 feet of that grid will now be fed ads only for my podcast because I've purchased that grid around your place. I mean, these are the type of tools that exist already.
Yeah.
God knows what else you can do.
It's great if you're a business,
Yeah.
and you're trying to get your stuff in front of people,
Right.
But it's, again, ethical.
Right.
Is it ethical?
Where does it end?
Where is ethical business? There's your question,
Where does it start and end? 100%. It's weird, man.
Man.
How did we get here? We
We
started
were
talking about managers.
We were talking about Karens and calling managers and anger issues. Well, and not as much as that one,
And
but
then we pulled the tin foil out.
we pulled,
I love our conversations. We cannot stay on point.
It's kind of the nice thing about it.
Yeah.
I like just free flowing conversations.
Yeah.
As much as you do.
Well, it's like sitting around and just chilling with your buddy, and you're talking, and then you're having realizations when somebody else that you're having a conversation with says something. You have like that moment where your eyes open and go, "Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't think about that."
It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm going to change topics right now. I was just thinking about this. I want to bring it up. My hair is getting super long, right?
Yeah.
I am having like hair conversations with the girls at work now. It's fucking hilarious. I was having this conversation I'm like, so what should I do? Do I do conditioner? Is there a dry shampoo? So I have hair tips at work.
You are getting a little Fabio in length. Not quite there yet. His was straight too. You've got the curly look.
Yeah, it's curly shit.
So you're more of a curly Sue than a Fabio, but I like it. I like it. It looks good. It does look good, dude. Like
curly Sue.
Like you take care of your hair. Clearly you have used conditioner. I can tell.
Oh yeah, no, it's
fully conditioned. You have bounce, bro.
Dude,
like you have what women pay hundreds of dollars to get with their hair.
It's like what's that commercial? It's Pantene. It's not Pantene.
Have any of the girls been like, "Can I run my fingers through your hair?"
Yes, not at work though.
Oh,
that's the thing. Like when my hair was short, it would still get long and thick, right? Before I cut it. Every woman I dated.
Is there any?
Like, I want to run my fingers through your hair.
Is there any point where you're gonna have to start wearing a hairnet when you're serving food
no,
or anything like that?
But it's close to ponytail length.
Okay, and you will have to wear it in a ponytail.
Yeah, you're in front of the public. Can't wear a hairnet.
Not picture you with a ponytail,
dude. It looks so stupid
pull it back.
Right now.
Let me see. Pull it back.
It looks so stupid because the top part's not long enough to be included in the ponytail. I could do a stupid man bun.
I was just gonna ask, can you man bun it?
But I'm not gonna. So I just gotta wait for it to get all long. But I mean, I'm close to ponytail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you could try and style it where you do the ponytail and then you style the front so that it like dudes used to wear that in like the 90s where the hair in the front wasn't as long, so they kind of had it like curled down in the front. You can pull that.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It will be weird though. Because I've always known you with mostly short hair. Like when your hair got long, it wasn't anywhere where it is right now.
No.
Nowhere.
That's by far the longest I've ever had my hair.
But I legit, dude, you have bounce. Girls will pay so much money to get the bounce you have in your hair. That's legit, dude.
It's hilarious. It's like I get women all the time to ask, how do you get my thumbnail so shiny? And it's like I just have this stupid weird twitch where I rub my thumbnail all the time.
But you're like polishing your own thumbnail with
yeah,
really?
It's just a stupid twitch. You know, and then I'll have women go, "How do you get your thumbnail so shiny?" And
Do you
I'm
really
just
have
like
a
doing
shiny
spaz.
thumbnail?
Oh, dude, yeah. And this is the brand new thumbnail.
Hold it up to the
that got-
camera.
I have
Hold it up.
the brand. Shit.
Oh yeah,
Hang on a second. Gonna make sure I'm doing this correctly.
that is shiny.
It is a shiny. That's
It
the
is
brand
shiny.
new thumbnail.
And there's no
the replacement that fell off.
you don't have any clear coat nail polish on
Why would I do that?
I'd make it look shinier.
This thumbnail is not nearly as shiny because I don't do that stupid twitch over there.
That's insane. I didn't even think that could change the shininess of your
Just buffing it up like a rock.
That's
you know?
weird, man. I never knew that.
Oh, stupid.
I love that you're getting like fashion and hair tips from the girls. Like, that's
Dude,
legit.
I was just laughing my fucking ass off driving home from work after talking. I'm like, oh, it's dry shampoo, so you don't like wash it for a day
I was
or
gonna
two.
say, you know not to wash your hair every day.
I mean, yeah, kind of. But when I had short hair, I did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I would still use conditioner because I don't want my hair to be shit.
So I use pomade in my hair to do the side palm.
I don't know why it always makes me laugh when you say you have pomade in your hair.
Because pomade is much better than gel. Or
Why? What
mousse.
makes it different?
It's just better, dude.
Why?
Like, and mine's water based, so all I need is a little bit of water, and it reactivates, and I can restyle it without like having to like with the comb, you know, where you're like trying to
So
get through
funny.
it. But yeah, I don't wash my hair every time I take a shower because you're not supposed to. It's actually really damaging.
No,
all the
the
natural
oils
from your hair.
You're right.
But why
I-
are we
I'm
talking about
I'm
this?
not doing. Look,
I feel very weird
you
about it.
love to talk about your hair.
I do, but like I've never talked on a podcast with another dude about oils in your hair.
Well, look, we're about getting smarter, and we're learning about hair care on this episode.
I mean, it's legit, dude. Like I'm actually, it's funny when you took the headphones off and I saw the hair in its full glory. I'm a little jealous.
it's pretty nice.
It's nice.
I like it, man.
It's legit.
I like it.
Not everybody can grow it out too, and the thing is, a lot of people who grow their hair out and then have the curly hair, it doesn't look good. You have curly hair and it looks pretty good.
I think
It looks
it's
damn good.
Is it? Is
Take it off again. Let me see it. Let it flow.
Is it egotistical for me to say I have good hair?
I think you need to do the hair whip more though. Like when you're at work, like, hey girls.
Can't wait to pull this clip and do a slow motion fucking.
Dude, you can turn it into a GIF that just over and over you like slow motion
Yeah.
moving your hair.
Whoa, now it's fucking nuts. There we go.
No, but I can appreciate good hair, sir. And thumbs up. You do a nice job with it.
Thanks.
But I didn't know you were cheating and getting help from all the ladies. I thought Smitty was getting his hair where it is because Smitty knew. I thought you were like researching it. Like he's got all these books about Ireland, and I was thinking maybe Smitty's got a whole thing of books on hair care in his bathroom,
Nope, not
sitting
yet.
on the back of the toilet.
No, not yet. I don't think I will.
Are
You know,
you-
I said, I don't want to have like what my one coworker was like. Well, are you gonna style it like this, or are you gonna do this part? I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want it to look stupid. I don't want it to look stupid. I don't want it to be shitty hair, and that's where I'm at.
Do you moisturize?
If you mean something other than conditioner, no.
Do you like there's like hot oil treatments
No.
and all that stuff?
None of any of that.
No.
No desire.
My wife, and I think it's because I'm starting to look older. She's like, they make eye creams we could get for under your eyes. And I was like, what are you saying? Like, what do you mean by that? What's wrong with under my eyes?
You know what she meant.
Yeah, I do.
You're 40 what now?
42.
I just saw a meme the other day.
Oh, I'm 42.
saw-
Fuck, that hurt to say.
I saw a meme from a friend of mine, and it said, if you're men over 40 all of a sudden have a crazy interest in take World War II history very seriously and smoke meats. And I'm like, I don't think you're there yet. But I was like, I
always
asked,
been in World War II history buff.
I'm like, well, what about Irish history and making mustard? She's like, oh, that absolutely is the same
that falls.
fucking thing.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm a World War II history buff, but I do not care for smoking meats.
Maybe you should.
I don't
Maybe you
know.
should. You know?
I'd rather just let somebody else do the work and then eat it. Like if the interest is in eating the smoked meats, I'm down for that. I don't want to work for it. It's like when you know what yours was. What yours was when you decided you were going to do microbrewing. and like got super into that. Weren't you brewing beer in your tub?
On my tub.
What,
Not in my tub.
I don't know why I thought it was your tub, but whatever. Were you were
Yeah,
like, I feel like that's a totally over 40 thing. Like, I'm gonna make my own beers.
I was probably 40.
Yeah.
I probably started that around 16 or 17, 2017, 16, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was like a 40s thing for you. Like,
That's a very, but I mean, there's lots of home brewers, but I mean, there's probably something to being over 40 and just tackling a new hobby.
right.
know?
I just feel like most people who are home brewing were probably already into it before their 40s. But like for you, it was like, I need a new hobby. I'm in my 40s now.
Yeah.
I need to move on to something new. I'm gonna do my own
Do
micro
a
brewing.
podcast, fuckface, idiot.
I get a friend of mine. I love this dude dearly. He is one of the nicest guys on the planet. He has this crazy thing for hobbies, dude. Like, I'll never forget. He messaged me one day and he's like, "Hey, I just got into beekeeping." And like, whoa, yeah, this was so
No
out of the blue.
shit.
So he did beekeeping for a while, but then it wasn't enough for him. And then all of a sudden, like, I saw him posting about like he was making artisan breads. And like that was his new hobby. He was doing artisan breads. And then he got into like straight shaving. He used one of those really sharp razors, and it was like he had a whole kit for it, and he was super into that for a while. Then he wanted to restore his grandfather's rifle, and like he did that for a while. Guess what his ass is doing now? And he's by the way, same age as me, 42.
Yeah.
Now he likes to go spelunking. He goes caving.
Dude, I've been watching a lot of spelunking videos lately, and I wish I had the balls to do it.
No
Because
way.
I would get way too claustrophobic.
I've seen too many of them where they're crawling and all of a sudden they're crawling into water and there's like this much this much above their nose.
Those tight spaces that you got to crawl belly through that are like this fucking high. And I'm like, nope.
Dude, he's all about that. And I'm like, this is his next hobby. And so I'm waiting another like 2 months because I know he's going to get into something else. And I feel like it's just going to be more over the top. But beekeeping was kind of starting at the top.
But it's kind of awesome.
No, it is.
Do
That's
that
why
stuff.
I love him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's this whole thing of like, he has a new hobby every few months. Like, he gets into something like hardcore. That's his thing. But it always makes me laugh because it's always something I don't expect. Like, the beekeeping, I feel like he started really high with that one. And then, like, I thought the shaving one was strange, like with the straight razor, like the old barber, like the old school barber one. I thought that was like the weird one.
Odd. That's weird.
Restoring his grandfather's rifle, I think, was really cool. But now I'm like, dude, why do you do this to yourself? Why are you crawling in the caves, bro? Like, why are you doing this? Like, if you crawl, have you seen the video where about the guy who crawled in there was 2 passages, right? And there's one that you had to avoid. Otherwise, there was no out, and you'd get stuck head down. And this guy accidentally crawled into that cave.
Fuck, terrible.
He died.
Yeah.
And they had to like blow up the mountain to close it off so nobody else could go into this mountain anymore. And that's his grave. He's buried there. They have got a little thing on the mountain.
Dude, again, I've been watching them, and I wish I had the balls to do it because once you get like down into there, sometimes some of these caves, dude, are so giant.
Yeah.
With these rivers flowing through there,
Yeah.
and they're fucking 150 feet high. It's crazy.
Well, and he said to me, he's like, dude, he's like, the cool part of this, like, he's like, there's places, you know, as we explore and find new caves that nobody has seen since God created it. And I was like, that's kind of legit. Like, you know, like just nobody has seen this part of a cave. If it's never been mapped or whatever, the likelihood that nobody saw that part of the cave that you're now in, if you found that, that's kind of cool. Like, you're the first person to like be in this part of a cave. That's great. I just worry about going down the wrong. Well, I would never do it. Obviously, I'm not a guy to go into small spaces, but I would always worry if I was that I was going to go down the wrong cave, get stuck, or the person in front of you gets like frozen in fear.
Yeah.
And you can't get them to go, or they get stuck, and then the guy behind you can't go backwards, and now you're all just stuck there.
Terrible.
Like, dude.
No, it's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Wonder how many Karens complained on a cave's website that it was cave's stupid. You got to get into your belly.
There wasn't enough space. I really had to suck in my boobs.
We really went from let me talk to your manager to Spelunking today.
Yeah, we did.
We really
We're
did.
getting really good at this, starting one place and ending in the polar opposite
Plus,
place.
now that we added video to the podcast, they see that we didn't change clothes, so we just recorded all this shit in the same day.
No. What?
That's going to do it for the Smartman show today. My God, 15 down.
Yep.
15,000 more to go, pal.
Yes, sir. That's the plan, at least until you go to Ireland and abandon this podcast for your new podcast.
We can continue it via Zoomy or something. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I can't wait for the random Irish folks you'll bring on just to be like, oh, hello there.
Honestly, I'll probably make way more friends with those people, and I'll stop talking to you anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Horrible human being with great hair.
Maybe no more episodes, actually. Sorry, pal. That was fun. Please rate and review and subscribe and follow the podcast. Tell your podcast loving friends. Give us great reviews. Say nice things. And we'll promise to be here for episode 16 next time.
Wait for Smitty's beautiful hair.
Oh, man, it's gorgeous. I bet we're averaging about a month to 2 months between recording sessions. So next time it's going to be down to here. It's going to be fun.
Damn. How far are you going to go? Do you have a stopping point?
No.
Will you let it get to your ass?
I don't want it to get to my ass. Like, I don't want it to be a crazy hippie looking, but I want to have some nice rock and roll hair.
Okay.
Now it's still just the awkward stage.
What's the headbang like for you now?
Oh, it's money.
Does it feel better than short hair headbanging?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had long hair, so I can't compare it.
And I actually headbang probably once a day.
All right.
You know?
There you go.
New long hair. I feel like I'm just metal as fuck.